What I want to talk to us about this morning is the distinction between certainty and clarity. Those are two different things. And what happens is, as human beings, we naturally desire certainty. But in the absence of certainty, we can become confused. So in the absence of certainty, we have to choose between clarity and confusion. Certainty asks questions like, what am I supposed to be doing? How long am I supposed to be doing it for? What will be the result? And why? But clarity really only asks one question. What is the direction that the Lord has guided me in? So when God called Abraham, he just said, get up out of your family's house and go. Where am I going, Lord? In the direction I point you. That's all the information. He gave him no certainty. How long is the journey? Just go. How will I know when I get there? I'll show you. Why am I going? Just go. I'm going to make you a great nation. I'm going to bless those who bless you. I'm going to curse those who curse you. But all I need you to know is that you're moving in the direction that I've sent you. You see, in order to have clarity, I simply have to know that I'm moving in the direction that God has sent me. That God has turned me in a direction and said, move that way. I don't have to know how long, what the result is, why I'm doing it. I simply have to know that God has moved me in this direction. So, Jesus and his disciples, come follow me. Well, where are we going? Just follow me. Well, how long is this going to take? No, just come follow me. Like he gave them zero information about the path, the journey, the destination, the process. He just said, just follow me. And I'm going to make you fishers of men. And so, clarity. Clarity is simply knowing that I'm following Jesus, that I'm going where he leads me. And there are moments in which God does change directions, where he said, go this way for a while, and then suddenly he changes directions and says, no, now I want you to go that way. And that interim, that transition point, is where where confusion can creep in. You know what I mean? Where suddenly I have neither certainty nor clarity, because now I'm trying to discern the new direction. And there are other seasons in which it seems like he might be changing directions, but I'm not sure. And confusion can creep into those seasons. Some of those seasons he actually is changing directions. Others of those seasons he's not, but somehow I started to think he was. And so reclaiming clarity in those seasons takes pursuit of the Lord. So this is Jeremiah 29:11 first. He says, I know the plans that I have for you, plans of good, not of evil, to prosper you and not to harm you. But then he says, then you'll come to me and you'll seek me with all of your heart, and I'll be found of you. So he says, basically he's saying, I have these good plans for you, and I'll show you if you seek me.
Yeah.
So this whole transition with our staff, losing 7 members of the staff in a 4-month period of time. First we lost our campus pastors in SF, and then we lost 5 more staff members. So that's 7 out of 10 gone in 4 months. Had that happened 10 years ago, I would have just, you know what I mean? I would have just rose up with all kinds of insight and wisdom and understanding, revision, like new vision and new strategies. And I would have been, I don't have that now. I don't have that kind of energy. And so what that did was it created a little bit of confusion in me. And I started asking questions like, Lord, am I done? Like, Lord, are you changing directions? Are you moving us in a different direction now? Is the season changing? And whenever I'm in that place where there's a possibility that the Lord might be moving in a different direction than I'm going, it feels like my feet have just been knocked out from underneath me. I can't function. I can't function till I know that I'm moving in the direction that the Lord has moved me. I mean, how can I move forward if I don't even know that the Lord is moving in that direction anymore? And so what I realize is when we all experience seasons like that. But when I hit seasons like that, how long do I linger there? That's the question. Because I don't believe it's the will of the Lord that we linger in long-term confusion. I believe that the Lord is shifting, He shifts. And He shifts quickly. If the Lord moves, He moves. And He moves quickly. But what He does not do is kind of whisper in my ear, I think I might be moving you, but I'm not sure. And then leave you in long-term confusion like, is this God's will? Is that God's will? And so the discipline is believing in that clarity is available in the Spirit right now. That certainty is almost never available, but clarity always is. Making a decision, I'm not going to linger in long-term confusion. However, what little clarity the Lord offers me, even if it's mustard seed clarity, I'm going to believe that it's enough. That all God has to do is go that way. That's all I need to know. I'm just going to trust that that way is enough. If God said that way, that must mean that everything I need is that way, right? That must mean that the answer to every question, I'll find it on the way. And that the source of my confidence will be, I know that God said that way. That might be all I know, but that's enough. The hard part is when I've moved that way for an extended period of time, and I had all these ideas of what God was going to do when I moved that way, and He doesn't do them. It's like John the Baptist sending his disciples to Jesus saying, are you the one or do we wait for another? Did I get it wrong? This is John the Baptist, the guy who said, behold, the Lamb of God who takes away the sin of the world. He's now sending disciples to Jesus going, did I get it wrong? I thought you were the guy, but are you the guy? Why? Because Jesus didn't do anything that John thought He was going to do. And so even John the Baptist, the guy who introduces the world to Jesus, is confused. And what does Jesus do? He gives John a new foundation for clarity. Go back and tell John what you see and hear. The lame walk, the blind see, the lepers are cleansed, and the poor have the gospel preached to them. He doesn't answer John's questions. He doesn't give him any certainty. He gives him a new foundation for clarity. Clarity is delicious. Clarity builds confidence. Clarity strengthens and encourages. I know I'm moving in the direction that the Lord has sent me. But also, if God's going to change directions, He's going to make it clear. Just believe that. He's going to make it clear. He's not going to leave me in extended confusion. He's going to make it clear.